The decentralized exchange that every single SHIB army has been talking about is finally here. SHIBA Swap, if you don't know exactly what I'm talking about, or if perhaps you've been living under a rock. Now, in this video, we're going to check out Your Pop. If you don't know him, he's a YouTuber on the platform. He's got what, 55, I believe, thousand subscribers. So it's growing quickly as well. But he's got a really interesting interview that I wanted to share with some of you guys on this channel. I was reviewing it myself and I was like, you know what, this would be a good idea just to make a video about it, so to bring it to you guys' attention as well. And yeah, go show him some love as well if you don't know who he is. But awesome YouTuber, man, great guy, very humble, down to earth. I can relate with him and a lot of things that he mentioned, including his, you know, background and whatnot. So absolutely great, go check him out. But he's interviewing an admin of Shiba Inu. So this is a guy who works behind the scenes. He's from the UK, so big up to the UK. And he seems like a genuine guy as well. So, but he goes by the name of Cat. A lot of people think he's a woman, but he's actually not a woman. I guess maybe just because of the cap, but yeah, it's actually a dude behind it. And he answers some important questions in regards to the SHIBA Swap, the decentralized exchange, which it's looking sick already. And so far, I mean, people are asking themselves, okay, well, what now? SHIBA Swap has dropped. The price, it seems like it's not really being reflected in the price. People are sort of concerned, like, you know, what's going on, and then there's a sell-off and all of that stuff. So we're going to address some of the questions that were answered by Kat on Your Pop's video. So be sure to watch this video and smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. But without further ado, I believe it's time for Your Pop. So I'm not going to start all the way from the beginning, because in the beginning he just starts off with just small talk. And then
I
rest
could get
is that,
reality
so
about it. Yeah, okay. I think people need to understand with the price action. A lot of people are expecting this price to just go straight away, right to the top. It's just not going to work like that, and I do have to keep saying that. You guys are going to remember, for price to start reflecting, it takes time. Now everyone's staked in the platform. It's going to take a little bit of while for that to go up, and then, you know, just watch it, because I mean, slowly it will start increasing because of the scarcity of the the coin. People will be like, I want Shiba Inu. They go out and buy it, price goes up, and because there's only so much actually circulating, it's much easier.
Absolutely,
you know?
absolutely. Yeah. No, I totally agree with that. And the big thing is that the TVL, I think this is such a unique thing that we're looking at.
Value liquidity, I believe.
Yeah,
or value
locked, exactly. So right now, literally about TVL. 24 hours later, a little more than that, we have over $1 billion US dollars worth of SHIB, leash, and bone currently locked. That is insanity, if you ask me. $1 billion US dollars. What are your thoughts about that?
I think I'll ask you the question. What would you do with $1 billion?
What would I do with $1 billion? Well, I would definitely stop working my day job. That'd be the first thing.
What would I do with $1 billion? In fact, I think the list is too long as to what I'll do with $1 billion. Let me know in the comment section, guys, down below. What would you do with $1 billion if you were to have it right now?
The question you asked about, what would I do with $1 billion? The first thing is I would continue to pursue what it is that I enjoy, and that is content creation. It is not going to.
Now, there's some of the FUD going around as to the developers cashed out. They're about to mention it here as well, and you know, hence to the price being dropping and all of that, the sell-off taking place. I mean, to each their own, but I don't really think that's the case. I just feel like it's not going to reflect on the price instantly, even though the SHIBA Swap just dropped. So I feel like it's going to take some time to see that. Even Burns, for example, when Vitalik Buterin you know, burnt the tokens and whatnot, what happened? Nothing. Why? Because it takes time for these things to reflect on the price. But you know, you guys are about to hear it here.
Saying that, you know, people just cashed out, you know, the developers did this, the developers did that. But again, you can have your own opinion, but a lot of the time people need to understand those public for the first time. Anything out there that's currently in circulation, that's currently in the market, you see things will pump because of that whole mania type thing. And you guys know what I talk about is the market psychology, right? So I always pull up this Reddit post because I think it's something that we should all pay attention to. And against any cryptocurrency or any type of asset in the market, stock market or crypto market alike, we see that there's this enthusiasm phase, greed, and delusion phase.
Yeah, and then people end up selling.
Again. When I was live streaming,
so
I
a
said,
lot of FOMO in that area
right now,
up there.
It was around $12, I think it was, and I said this is probably a decent entry point, so I'm
And
going to buy in.
dipped.
I bought, a few, nothing too crazy, just because I wasn't sure what was going to happen due to the volatility. But then now that we're seeing it pretty much return back to where it was when I first talked about it after this.
So this is a perfect example. If you FOMO yourself into, and by the way, with FOMO for all the newbies out there is fear of missing out. Okay, so if you FOMO yourself into even stocks or crypto, whatever it is, you are bound to lose. Why? Because you're riding it on the way up. It's always best to pick things up once it's already dropped, so it's had its way down, it's there, and then you buy it. Hoping to to watch it go back up again. So a lot of FOMO that's taking place in regards to bone, and then we saw the major sell-off. Now people are sort of like, oh snap, because you bought in too high. So you really need to be very prudent around that and just be careful, basically.
Within
guys.
at least a couple hours, rug pull. I can't
people
believe
saying
that
pump
these
and dump as well.
conversations are still being had at this time after literally proving itself true with the utility aspect and the fact that yes, maybe didn't get to your expectations. Maybe things did sell off pretty significantly, but the SHIB and leash sell-off really does make sense because people transferred their money
and
into
take
bone.
it to bone.
But right now, as Kat mentioned earlier, we're gonna slowly but surely start seeing all of these assets increase in price as
Slowly
more
but
and more
surely.
people continue to stake. Because
So I believe we personally will see an increase. Why? Because when people are staking, 67% is locked in for about 6 months. Okay, so now imagine numerous of people doing that, especially if they decide to go ahead and buy bone. That right there, guys, is where the money is, and that's where I believe is one of the biggest opportunities around bone. Hence to why some people, I guess, perhaps selling off some Shibas or some Shibs to go ahead and grab some of that juicy bone. And I don't know, let's see, but things are looking good. So this is where we get a sneak peek into what's coming next. As you're about to hear, he's gonna ask Kat.
What's coming next? Yeah,
What's coming
I
next?
can.
sure,
All right. Now what we're gonna remember is everybody hates hearing it, but it's soon. It's coming soon. That's the only answer I can give. I don't have times, dates, or anything because at the end of the day, I know info. It's not necessarily that I get info. So we've got SHIBA INU, which is the blockchain, and I'm supposed to be looking for developers for that. I don't know who to look for. That's going to take some time. Now Swap has released. It's the next project. We've got Layer 2, which is a very important thing. I don't know much about Layer 2, but I know it's pretty critical. Something that's needed. And we've got the SHIBA Swag, which is the official merch shop. That will come in
SHIBA
some time.
Swag.
And there's also Treat, which is a reward token. And when that gets added to Swap, I don't know. It's not necessarily been removed from sources, but it was a plan. And when it comes and if it comes, not sure. So that's 4 things that are coming, and they're all pretty decently big. So
you guys heard it here first. If you haven't been paying attention to some of the things that are on the pipeline for the SHIB community, just know that there's still a lot more to come. And I always talk about the things that will impact price short term. So we talk about the exchange listings, right? Coinbase, and potentially we might see something like a Robinhood listing in the short or long term. Because 170,000 signatures is pretty hard to ignore. Although up until this point, Robinhood has not acknowledged it. I think at some point they'll at least address it or to give us some sort of answer, regardless positive or negative. We need to at least hear back from them. So we know
and plus, let's not forget as well. So Robinhood is a big site. My guess is to onboard such a huge community, Robinhood, they don't want to take it. They don't want to take any risk of, for example, their site crashing. This is just an idea, okay? All right. Comment in the comment section down below if you agree as well. I'm guessing they don't want to sort of to take on such a huge project, for example, and it crashes the site. Okay, imagine that. We've seen in the past Robinhood. I've never used it myself, but we have seen numerous reports on users not being able to access their account or use their account, or Robinhood is currently down, so it's not very effective when it comes to that regards. Now imagine you're bringing in such a huge community. It's called the SHIB army for a reason, right? Imagine they crash. Now don't forget, Robinhood is also a business, so if they were to crash the site, that's millions of dollars lost because they didn't take proper precaution, or you know, they didn't basically they didn't anticipate the crazy jump in users and activity around their website. So I'm assuming it's the same thing with Coinbase as well, because it was delisted. It was on Coinbase, and then it was Coinbase Pro and normal Coinbase, but then delisted because technical difficulties. That's what we were told. But however, I'm assuming it has to be in the back end, like something crashed, I'm sure, because the community is absolutely insane. You guys have seen it. If you're part of the SHIB army, let me know in the comment section down below. But the community is absolutely insane, so it only makes sense. Now, this part I've just found as well is in regards to the burn. Okay, so which is great because Cat talks about it, himself. By the way, the video itself is a 1 hour something video. Okay, so you can go through it in your own time. There's a lot of good cookies and gems in there. If you haven't already, smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm to help get this video out there. But if we go back to the video, listen to this burn.
You've got to learn that it's not me that needs to burn, and it's not them that needs to burn. It's you as the community. If you want to see a massive change in price, you're probably going to have to burn 98 of the supply, 98%. That means the exchanges have to burn. That means the top 100 holders have to burn, so the whales with trillions. That means the bots that short on Gate.io have to burn, which I don't think a bot's going to agree to. So you've got to learn that it is not as simple as just burning tokens to raise price. It will never be that simple. It is a lot more complex than that.
And that's coming from the admin. This is the guy behind a lot of the scenes. I'm not talking about he's got like all the inside knowledge and he knows everything like he's Satoshi himself and all. No. But he has got a lot of in-depth knowledge in regards to this. So if he's saying it's gonna take a while, these burns, okay, it's not just burn a few tokens and then that's it. I mean, half, as I said, half of the supply was burned and donated to Vitalik Buterin, but the price yet didn't do a major fluctuation or anything else like that. So hence to why there's an army behind it. You really have to be in this for the long term. I mean, you might see some short-term gains. Some people sell off here and then. Ideally, we hope you don't sell off, but you get the gist, right? It's gonna take time. So to give you a quick summary from what I've listened to on here, on your pop's video, as you guys can see right there, is look. There's a lot of things still to come. You did hear mention some of the things down the pipeline that's yet to come, including the SHIBA swag. They don't what I know for a fact is they don't want just any Shopify store or just any basic store that you can use Teespring or any of that. They want their own official store where they own and control a lot of the profit that's going to be coming in for the SHIBA swag website for their own merch. So that's good to see. And other projects that they have, the blockchain as well that they're working on, 2-layer as he mentioned, if I haven't forgotten. So there's still a lot in the pipeline, and there's still a lot of petitions out there as well. We're still waiting on Robinhood as well. So things are looking great, basically. Okay, so people just need to practice a lot of patience. I feel like the takeaway for this video is be patient, be chilled, and make sure you're investing money that you don't want to lose. Well, I'm not a financial advisor, but I'm just telling you how it is. Okay, a lot of people might not tell you this, but you do not want to invest money that you might potentially lose. Okay, so don't put yourself at risk by going in too deep and then you get burned. Okay, and I'm not saying that it's because SHIBA's not going to be around. No, we're not saying none of that. But I'm saying is a wise investor always make sure that you're comfortable with what you're investing, because at any given point you need to accept the fact that it could go. That's what's going to help you sleep at night rather than the other way around. All right, guys, so if you enjoyed this video, be sure to smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. So be sure to smash that like button with a massive bang, as you just saw there. Yeah, be sure to check out an awesome video that you'll see right here, right there, and subscribe button is right there once more. So peace out. Thank you, guys. Let me know in the comment section, by the way, if you watched all the way up until this point, and comment Ronnie MP is the best. All right, it will let me know that you watched all the way up until this point. So if you do that, and I'll know that you appreciate You're much appreciated. All right, guys. So peace out. Take care.